It was a cold December day on a routine trip from Cranbrook to Calgary when Ken and Fran Bettin's life would change forever.
As we were approaching the Olsen overpass near Sparwood, Kenworth's truck was out of control, bouncing around and came at us sideways. When I came to after the accident, my right foot was pinned where the gas pedal was. I couldn't get out. Fran was outside the vehicle. I could hear her moaning.
Ken was sent to the trauma unit with numerous injuries, including broken ribs, a fractured femur and a badly injured ankle. However, for Fran, the situation was even worse.
They put a tube down her throat to keep her breathing. All her ribs and collarbones were broken. And so it was right on the edge whether she would make it or not.
Thankfully she would, and while the couple would eventually be released from hospital several weeks later, the battle to save Ken's foot continued.
For probably over a year, I was on crutches, wheelchairs, not able to walk. So I was sort of coming to the conclusion then that things weren't going the right way. I had to make the decision on the amputation, and so after that weekend we advised Dr. Cernick to schedule it. It sounds kind of like the end of your world.
But for Ken, it was actually the beginning of a whole new life. Thanks to local prosthetist Kees Beek, only 6 weeks after his amputation, Ken was back on his feet with a custom-built artificial limb.
If I need slight adjustments, I can phone up and in a few minutes be there and he does whatever adjusting.
Given the right circumstances, Beek is able to give his clients a relatively normal life, but convincing them ahead of time, well, that's a little harder.
A lot of the times they won't believe you and they'll think that you're just, exaggerating or really trying to be positive and encouraging.
For Bettin, in his own words, it's a miracle. He's back walking, travelling and also playing the game he loves.
I had 2 lessons with Paul at the Cranbrook golf course. It was really quite something when I'd bend over to put the ball on the pin. At that time I felt like I was going to go for a nose plant.
But as you can see, that's not a problem anymore.
I see him being able to enjoy his retirement and being able to do pretty much most of the things that he wants to do. He may surprise us.
The Bettins say the experience has taught them to live each day as if it's their last.
We had a good morning going there, and by 2:30 our lives were right on the edge. So, you've got today, but you may not have all of today.
For Go Kootenays in Cranbrook, I'm James Fung.